What is up, people? It is your boy, the Orange Screen. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. And today we've got the 8 worst shit. I forgot what it's called. 8 worst babysitters by Danger Dolan. So let's get straight into it. Let's go.
Planet Dolan.
From stoner stalemates to kidnapping kids, we look at 8 of the worst babysitters. Hello there, my name is Shima and I'll be your feline narrator today, reading out amazing and unbelievable facts while you get nice and cozy. Number 8. Joint custody. This babysitter seems to have been made from the teenage dreams of every pubescent boy on the planet. After assuming the Rugrats were asleep, this babysitter decides to Cheech and Chong it up with a fat joint. And of course, like every stoner's paranoid nightmare, she gets busted by her 12-year-old charge. A quick thinking lass, she struck a deal with the boy. She would flash her boobs in return for his silence. He hastily agreed and became king of the 6th graders.
What?
I can't decide if this chick is one of the worst babysitters or if she's just making use of her assets. Can I just admire her resourcefulness while pretending to be judgmental? Maybe? No? Alright then. Number 7. Peanut butter cut. After struggling to open a jar of peanut butter for some time, this babysitter gave up and tried gently tapping the glass jar on the bench. That tactic failed. The jar was now open, but with broken shards of glass all over the kitchen bench. Still, this trooper of a babysitter doesn't give up when the chips are down. She makes everyone's sandwiches anyway. Unfortunately, the shards of glass were also in the actual peanut butter, and all 3 children suffered a series of wounds on the insides of their mouths. Suffice to say, that babysitter never worked for them again.
Yeah,
I'm sure she learned
freaking
her
hell,
lesson.
dumb
Always buy
bitch.
plastic jars. Number 6. Whiny child. When a single mother left her 4 young children with their usual babysitter Tammy, she was worried about leaving them, but had little choice. Later in the evening, the grandmother
Drinking.
dropped by to take over babysitting duties and found the youngest child unconscious and unresponsive.
What?
Her grandson was rushed to the hospital. The 1-year-old had a blood alcohol level 4 times the legal limit for adults. It took police 3 days to locate Tammy. She was charged with first-degree cruelty to a child and reckless conduct. Hopefully in jail she'll meet some drinking buddies her own age. Number 5. Tattooed babe. Lee Dietrich is the epitome of avant-garde babysitting. Instead of simply feeding and changing the 1-year-old in his care, Lee went above and beyond his duties by giving the infant a tattoo. On her tiny hiney, he put the letter A. No one is quite sure why. Maybe it was a signature of some kind, A for asshole. Or maybe he was trying to give her a leg up on learning the alphabet. In court, Lee's lawyer argued that no one could prove that the mother hadn't agreed for him to tattoo the infant. He was officially charged with child endangerment. I wonder if Lee is doing gang ink in jail, or if he's being inked against his will in some kind of karmic payback. I certainly hope so. Number 4. Vendetta Vent. Apparently, this sadist babysitter had a vendetta against a 7-year-old in her care. She would routinely refuse to give him food or let him go to the bathroom, while the other children in her care were free to eat and pee as they liked. So he peed in her floor vent. Fortunately, she never found out about it, especially since she would unfairly punish him and lock him out of the house for hours at a time. One day, she threw him against a wall for not watching the babysitter's 2-year-old daughter closely enough. Number 3. The Brown Submarine.
Ugh.
Nicole Candelaria was looking after her boyfriend's
Soup
kids when
at
there
the
was
same
an
time.
accident at bath time. The 3-year-old girl told Nicole she'd pooped in the tub, and instead of fishing the log out with a colander, she forced the little girl to eat it. When the children were returned to their mother, they all had bruises from the rough treatment of their evil stepmom. While being interviewed by
Nasty
the police,
bitch, bro.
Nicole said the children had made up that story, and that the 3-year-old was a notorious liar. After a while, she admitted that she was the liar and was charged with child abuse. Number 2. Kidnapped by danger. Javiel Thomas was looking after a 4-month-old infant when she decided to take him for a joyride. She took the babe and hightailed it to her boyfriend's place, 300 miles away.
What?
When she arrived, she handed him the child, telling him it was his. She'd recently suffered a late-term miscarriage and hadn't told him about it, and had stopped contact with him. They were on their way to introduce the new addition to the boyfriend's family when they were stopped by police. Fortunately, Javiel was crazy but sane enough to take care of the infant, so he was found in good health. Number 1. You're in trouble. This babysitting venture quickly turned into some kind of nightmare date with R. Kelly. At the start of the evening, the minder started slapping and kicking the little boy before locking him in a laundry. She then invited a friend over to help aid in the cruelty that followed. The pair stripped down the 6-year-old and hogtied him in the bathroom. The pair then took turns urinating on him while filming it. The boy's mother returned home to find the sadistic duo re-watching videos of the torture. She decided to go the noble route of calling the cops, which shows an impressive degree of restraint considering all of the household objects that can be utilized as murder weapons. What's worse is the bastard friend of the babysitter had given the little boy chlamydia from urinating on one of his open wounds.
What?
It's fortunate that the mother got back when she did, because who knows how far it could have escalated. As a final note, none of the people in this list should ever be employed anywhere near children, ever again. That's just my opinion. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Right, that was interesting. Hope you liked it. It was very interesting. It's been your boy Millsy. I'm out. Peace.